What would you do if one day your brain told you that you're not human anymore? That you were something else entirely? A cow, grazing in a field, eating grass, mooing, crawling on all fours. This is not science fiction. It's not a dream. It's a real psychological disorder. It's called boanthropy, and it's one of the rarest, most bizarre conditions ever recorded in psychiatry. In today's video, we're going to uncover the strange history behind it, the psychological roots, real-life cases, and what it says about the power of the human mind. Boanthropy is a psychological disorder where a person believes they are a bovine, usually a cow or an ox, and begins to behave accordingly. This isn't about pretending or acting. The person truly believes they are no longer human. They may crawl on all fours, moo, refuse cooked food, graze on grass, and even avoid speaking in human language. The condition is classified as a type of delusional misidentification syndrome, a category that includes rare disorders like lycanthropy, where people believe they've turned into wolves. The most famous historical case of boanthropy comes from the Bible, in the book of Daniel. It tells the story of King Nebuchadnezzar II, the mighty ruler of Babylon. According to scripture, he was punished for his arrogance and pride, and as a divine consequence, he lost his sanity. For 7 years, Nebuchadnezzar lived like an animal, grazing on grass, drenched in dew, isolated from society. Some scholars believe this is the earliest recorded case of boanthropy. But the condition didn't disappear into history. It resurfaced in modern psychiatry. In 1946, British psychiatrist Dr. Raymond Harrison published a case study in the Journal of Mental Science that shook the psychiatric world. He described a man who had become convinced over time that he was an ox. The patient had no prior history of severe mental illness. His condition began with recurring dreams about cattle and eventually transformed into a full-blown delusion. He would crawl in the hospital courtyard, chew on plants, and reject any label of being human. Dr. Harrison's conclusion? The disorder may stem from repressed trauma, intense stress, or even spiritual symbolism. Other isolated cases have been reported, some tied to schizophrenia, others to religious psychosis. But all point to one chilling fact. The mind has the power to overwrite reality itself. Psychologists suggest that boanthropy might be triggered by a mix of deep subconscious belief systems, unresolved trauma, dissociative episodes, and cultural archetypes. Think about it. In many cultures, cows represent burden, humility, or servitude. For some patients, especially those suffering guilt or pressure, the cow becomes a metaphor the brain takes literally. The mind, in an effort to escape emotional turmoil, may dive deep into symbolism. And under extreme conditions, that symbolism becomes identity. It's not just boanthropy. There are people who believe they're dead. That's Cotard's delusion. Others think they're robots. Capgras syndrome. The human brain is a storyteller. And sometimes, it tells stories too well. Treatment for boanthropy varies. In most cases, antipsychotic medication, cognitive behavioral therapy, and guided psychological intervention are used. Some patients recover. Others remain locked in their belief, functioning peacefully in their altered identity. For psychiatrists, the goal is not to force reality, but to understand what reality means to the individual. Boanthropy reminds us just how fragile and powerful the human mind can be. It shows that identity isn't just about our name or job or where we live. It's a delicate construct held together by belief, memory, and emotion. Have you ever heard of someone losing touch with who they are? What do you think causes a mind to abandon its own humanity? Let us know in the comments. Like this video if you found it fascinating, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare psychological disorders.